Hello, welcome back to Average Gamer Plays Factorio. I've been doing a little bit more building. I've built a coal mine, which I put in down here. I've done a slightly different sort of form of stacker. It's just a zigzag line and the trains just queue up one behind the other. I've fixed the signals on the stacker down here. I had the chain signals and the main signals the wrong way around, so those trains are now queuing up properly. And I've put in a recycling centre for the oil. Now this setup uses a lot more source ingredients than I was planning, or than I was taking into account. Let's just have a look at one setup. It uses 70,000 crude oil and 2,358 uses just about a blue belt of coal, but it's not working at full speed because there's not enough crude oil coming in. I think what I need to do to fix this is there's a few things that I can do. I will move all of these storage tanks to the other side. I'll get this to unload on the other side, and I'll basically have a setup where it is pumps into storage tanks, into pumps, into more storage tanks. So instead of having all my tanks down here, I'll have them all over here, and I'll have the pumps pushing everything as fast as they can to the furthest tank. What I'm thinking is that because I've got one pipe going in here and then gets fed through to all the others, there's not enough throughput on the pipe to cope with the amount of oil that it needs to use it all up. So the factories at the far end are getting starved for crude oil. So I need to make sure that the oil gets distributed evenly amongst all the plants here, and I also need to make sure, on a similar line of thought, is that I've got all these pump jacks effectively leading in through a single pipe into here. So I might split these up. So what I've got here is a single line coming in. So these tanks, there's still plenty of space in these tanks. It takes time for the oil to move. It's not an instantaneous thing. I think they've built in some sort of level of viscosity into it. So this one is sort of pretty full, and then this one is pretty empty, and it takes time for the oil to get sort of equilibrium between all the tanks. If we have a look at these pump jacks at the bottom, I mean, that's running pretty constantly. These aren't. So that is like a full line. So I could have take this out. Be careful not to get myself run over. So if I have that pipe going in over there, in fact, let's not do it over there. Let's just run it a bit further across to here. Ooh, do I not have any pumps left? No, I don't, because I probably just put them all down at the top when I was playing around with those. Do I have any pumps on here? Okay. Well, in that case, let's just get my... that's not building train, that's building train for rails. My main building train is over there. So let's just get that to come. That can just come and wait on that stacker there for a minute. But if I do my max rate calculator over this, does it tell me? That does. Right, 264,000. And a pipe does a lot less than that, doesn't it? So let's have a think. And it might take a little bit of sort of fiddling about to try and get the balance right on this, but I think that I can actually get a lot more oil out of this a lot quickly. That is 66,000. So let me try. Across there. So this is just off a single pump jack. So that's without any pumps in the way at all. It's going to take time to sort of go forwards and backwards and sort of... So that is like a single pump jack outputting onto there. So what if I then do second one? I think this is what I'm going to have to do, sort of keep adding more and more pump jacks until this pipe gets full, and then I'll have the next lot on a separate... I mean, those aren't even on... They're not even beaconed or anything. Actually, instead of using the productivity, what if I just do the speed? See, that is going pretty darn quick. And I think if I were to add in third one, that is pretty much a full. See, that third one is now sort of slowing down a bit. And I don't know whether adding a pump on there will actually speed things up at all. Let's have a... I know that if you put a pump every kind of 17 pipes or something, see, that is now down to sort of 46 or something, so it has actually lost some of its strength, hasn't it? So let's put a pump in. That one is still sort of filling up the gaps. Although I think a lot might depend on the actual rate it can get out of each individual, because that one said 108. This one's 51 and that one's 31, so... But I certainly think if I change this round so that it's 2 or 3 pumps per pipe. And let's see how many. Got 14 pump jacks on there. So even if it's 2 per pipe, that's 7 pipes coming out that way. This one down here might be, that's 48, that's 23, 49. See, even if I do, and that's 8 pump jacks, so that'll be another, if I do 2 pipes, 2 pump jacks per pipe, so that's 7 pipes coming off this one, another 4, that's 11 pipes. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I can certainly do it every other one and then just 3 random ones or something and just have it sort of quite evenly kind of spread out. Hey, so 824, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, look at how quickly that is filling up now. That's what we like to see. And because these are connected together, I mean, anything that comes in at this end will still maybe sort of find its way through. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, these are all pumping. Yeah, I mean, obviously they do get overloaded or whatever because there is a lot of oil already in these pipes and in this system. But I think all this rearranging of these pipes and having so many pipes coming off the oil field, and I could still maybe put some more maybe put some more pumps in the way. I mean, that is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, even then that's probably fine. You know, there's loads of oil in the system there. That should actually now be completely full, and it says 949. It might be sort of creeping up to 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, interesting. That's actually saying 949, 2550, 100,000, 2, 3, 6. That should only be 800,000 in the system. It's because it's reading that as well, isn't it? That should just be a provider providing whatever is in there. I don't think we need to say. Because it's the requester that has the negative amount. That's 750,000 out of 800,000 in there. Right, let's see how quickly this train fills up. 200,000 straight away. Look how quickly that's filling up again now. 600,000. 620. Yeah. That will do. And it does mean that this now has enough sort of leeway or whatever in there, storage for 4 trains. Right, so you can go back to base. That is reporting 374,000 in surplus, which is what we want. I turn that back on, it should not be requesting any trains. We'll get it right in the end. We will get it right in the end. So we just have to make sure that every single tank is wired up, because the way that I just did it before, I was only wiring up half the tank, so it was only counting what was in half the tanks. I feel I should blueprint this now, but I'm still going to change it so that it unloads onto tanks on this side, because these are now sort of full as well. And that we've got a lot more pumps and everything coming out to, so this is going to be the buffer over here, all sets of tanks over this side, instead of these tanks down here, because I feel that it just takes time, because there's only one pipe or 2 pipes basically coming out of all these. So if I do it differently with spreading the tanks out a bit more and using pumps to get the oil out of them, I'll have basically 16 outputs there, and I've got 12. Yeah, I should have tried to do something where I've sort of lined it up a little bit more, you know, got numbers that multiplied together a lot, you know, multiples of each other. So I've got 16 potential outputs and 12 factories, so I could have I'll have to work out if I want to have the oil coming across the top here and then down and across the top and down, because I'm not going to be able to get it to go. Well, I can put some undergrounds in and have it coming across here and up, I suppose. But yeah, the idea is to just try and make sure that the oil is flowing reasonably quickly. I'll have to, you know, link all the tanks together, but I just want to make sure that there's plenty of outputs off them, and that all the oil isn't basically just coming down 2 pipes here. This is all still working down here. Let's have a look. Can we see here? Nearly 1,500 rockets launched. And in fact, there's going to be another one here. Rocket parts 95 out of 100. So everything there is still working. We're still making all the... There we go, look at that. Now, this is interesting, actually. Hang on a minute. Am I losing out on my space science? Has something happened with the research? There's not an awful lot of... I mean, this research is happening as fast as it can go. Is that completely full? 96,000. Right, why is my utility science coming through slowly? Right, okay, I'll investigate that. I mean, it might be... Those are all working. Apart from that, well, they're not. Have I got something? No, it's the low density structures here. Right, have I got something wrong? It's the copper coming in here. Right, okay. Okay, so we've not got enough copper coming up to the top of the line there. It's been a long time. Oh, look at this. Alright, still plenty of copper coming in there, but it's not coming out. Right, I think the copper coming in there is... Okay, why have we not got any more trains lined up with the copper? There's one. Right, have we now got... Right, this copper mine is getting mined out. This train probably isn't filling up as quickly as it should do. That is getting mined out quite quickly, isn't it? Look at all those empty belts. So we've got trains waiting here, waiting to be loaded up. Yeah, these are loading in quite slowly now. Okay, we need to set up actually, what I'll do is I'll start commandeering the copper off the top of here, because we've got trains there. So this copper mine at this end here, because that is outputting copper plate, and there's still plenty. Well, it's coming down a little bit, but there's still plenty of copper sort of going into that. So I'll start making more use of this copper plate coming in from the top rather than the raw copper ore coming in from the bottom. Right, I wonder how many space science packs we've actually lost to that. Let's have a look at the last sort of 10 hours and filter it on space. 120 something a minute, so it's been sort of going up and down quite a bit. Right, let's have let's just do, and let's get that to merge in with that. In fact, we could just say cut that off there and then just not have that going any further. And that. I might keep a little bit of copper for myself, but I will. So we've now got plenty of copper coming into there. We've got plenty of whatever these are, low density structures coming out there. We've got a lot more yellow science coming out here, utility science. We should then be able to do the research a little bit faster. I don't think we've... Let's have a look how... Yeah, that's completely full there, so I need to have... start stockpiling even more of this, because otherwise every time we launch a rocket we're not going to be able to get the space science off it. I mean, I'm not overly worried about it. I mean, it is a shame that we've been launching the rockets and maybe not getting as much space science off it as we should have done. Yeah, we're now in a situation where all the iron is, yeah, we're being... Well, there's not too many belts there that need making. There's only a few of those. So this iron usage, making all these gears, that should slow down soon-ish. And then we should have... So yeah, we definitely need... I mean, we still need more copper coming in at the bottom, because that is getting to be... yeah. We have another copper patch somewhere that we can tap into. That's 8.1 million. Although, actually, what I will do, let's get back into Spidertron. I didn't check when I went down there whether I actually had the speed modules in there or not. I might just end up right, I think that is now getting that copper out of the ground a lot quicker. Even now we're in a situation where those are sort of filling the belt, and then these two aren't being used. But when these two get mined out, these will start getting used up a little bit more, but I'm not worried about it too much for now. I think we're in a situation where these trains should start filling up a little bit more often. Yeah, each train there only holds 8,000, doesn't it? That's loading up quickly enough, I think. Right, has this then taken lots of copper ore away and stuck it in boxes over here somewhere? It has a bit. massive amount. Say these chests will have a chance to fill up a little bit now, but there's another train coming in there. I think that's a little bit better than it was. Let's have a look at the unload station here. Right, that's another train coming in before the previous one has gone out. So plenty of copper coming in here now. Plenty on the lines again. That is now working its way through a lot of the space science that we had stockpiled. Yeah, these are still waiting for utility science to come in. So that one is short of, well, it is working. Alright, so it's now the blue circuits that have all been used up. Okay. There is plenty of sulfuric acid, so this is just waiting for the green circuits. Yeah. That's interesting. So all that is going out. Yeah, everything that's everything that we're making, we're using. Nothing's getting stockpiled, and we are using up the space science. Whether we're using it faster than we're making it, I think we are. We'll see. There goes another rocket. $1,494. Yes, I've not been over to this part of the base for a little while, so I mean, I knew that research was still going on. I could hear it completing, but I hadn't actually kept an eye on how quickly the research was happening, or whether it had actually, you know, was grinding to a halt or not. drawing from this plastic a little bit unevenly, but there is still plenty of plastic sort of coming in, I think, and we've got enough. Yeah, these lines here are full, and then this line going out there, so we've still got enough plastic coming in to satisfy. Then even though there's gaps on these lines coming in here from the bottom, there's still plenty of plastic coming in, and of course there's another 2 lines coming in off a different train as well. Let's have a little look on the map at the state of, yeah, there's these lines. Oh, I think that one is completely empty. So I might change. Yep. Right, so that is not going to be stone pickup anymore. It's going to be stone. It might as well just go onto this other. Right, so this whole lot down here can come up basically. Let's see what I can do. All these are absolutely full of oil. If I delete them, I will lose the oil, but I won't be able to do anything with the oil because everything here is completely full. So I think I might just have to bite the bullet. And I mean, technically, because I'm going to set up a whole new set of those piped grounds off. Actually, yeah, we'll put those on there. What I could do is, see, these have all now got sort of a tiny little amount of oil in them. Let's just set something up temporarily. Let's put the pumps down there for a minute because I'm going to be using those. If I pump out all the oil, right, that should start emptying out the oil from all of these tanks and pumping it into, because all these are connected. I think when you delete a tank, it'll try and push the oil into the rest of the network if there's room. Okay. So, we now basically have only a few little dregs of oil in there, and that's still going down, so that's fine. Right, we need to have a cable between there and there. So that should stop requesting more oil. If we've actually got all these full now, pretty much. Big long set of pipes. And then we'll have maybe and I'll change some of these for undergrounds and whatever later on. So that's one set there. This is going to be the second set. That in the straight line to that one it is, okay. And I might need to have another set of pumps or whatever in between here if necessary. Right, let me no, I won't save it there, I'll just carry on with it. Wander all the way over to here. Item erase. Everything now starts running. These trains should start emptying out. Yeah, that's not getting much oil, is it? So I'll probably need to have yeah, like a set of see, these first couple are working alright, and then this third and fourth ones aren't. So I think I'll need to basically have, so I've got 12 of these stations, and I've got sort of I'll have to work out some kind of 16 to 12 reducer or something like that, and then have right, that can go back to the depot. See, once the oil starts working its way through the system, the trains do actually empty out really quickly, which is what we want. So the oil is now going from the train into these tanks and then through into these tanks very, very quickly. These tanks are actually... that's what we want. We want a train coming in and then going out again straight away, but I think I'm still going to need more trains. Because these are probably... it looks like these are actually emptying out quicker than they're refilling. And even then, we're still not getting oil as far as the furthest stations. And, you know, I'm still guessing that this is the number of plants that I'll need. I might not actually need this much plastic at all, you never know. So I might be barking up the wrong tree to some extent. But those... is that oil recycling? Yeah, that's pretty much empty. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, that's empty, so that's all been reused. And again, I'll set up more oil trains on different oil fields and whatever, so we will have more than just the one set of trains, because these are all just filling up just as fast as those other pumps can drill it all out. And yeah, as I said, even though I've still got other oil fields here, I'll still use the train so that everything does actually come in on the train in the same order, in the same place. Okay, so if I turn that station off, everything else will start to sort of empty out. And then I can concentrate more on how to make sure that all these 16 tanks are then wired into these 12 inputs. And of course, I could get around the problem by just building yet another. See, if I... would it have just been a lot simpler just to have 8 factories? But I don't know how much. Let's have a little look. Hang on a minute. Now we know that the... what's the only thing that uses plastic at the moment is the Reds, isn't it? So one of those needs 10,240. Let me write that down. 10240, and I've got 4 of those. Now they're not running full speed all the time, to be fair. 1040 times 4 for Reds. Now, if we have a look at utility science, 5,000. So that needs 12,000 per minute. Science, which is that one. So that needs 14,000 a minute. One of these produces, in theory, 6,130. So it might well be that this is way overkill for what we're actually going to end up needing, but I'd rather have too much than too little. Right, I'm procrastinating here because I don't really want to have to think about this for now, so I will leave it there. I've played for about an hour, that's all right. And I'll have another think about the best way of organising these pipes and how to put it all together. And I will see you next time.